Before we get into this video, I get asked all the time, what is the broker I use? Which one's the best? So the best broker is CoinEx. They got 1 to 500 leverage, raw spreads, and no KYC verification. So I'm gonna put my affiliate link down below if you want to use the same broker that I'm using right now. Now let's get into the video. What I learned after 10,000 hours of trading Forex nonstop. So I've been trading going on 4 years now, and my life has changed from trading Forex. I just want to tell you guys all the gems and stuff that I learned that's gonna take you guys to the next level, whether you're barely starting Forex or you're having trouble become profitable. This video will help you out. First thing I realized after trading 10,000 hours is Forex trading is not easy whatsoever. This is going to be the hardest thing that you will probably ever have to do in your life when we're talking about money and finances and stuff like that, because it just don't make no sense, bro. Forex is so complicated and confusing. Like 1 week 2 plus 2 could equal 4, but the next week 2 plus 2 could equal 9. It just be really crazy, bro. And it takes a long time to realize no matter if you do every single thing right, if you do everything perfect, you can still lose. And that's the hardest part to get over. Everybody can learn the strategy, everybody can learn how to read the charts, but not everybody can get their discipline in check to know when to trade, when not to trade, when to risk a little bit more, when to risk a little bit less. You got to know when to stop yourself from over trading, when to walk away, when to take a break because you're on a losing streak. And you got to learn how to control your emotions, so when you're in those losing streaks that will come eventually, that you don't go and try to switch your strategy, because that's the number one thing why Forex traders fail. Since they're in a losing streak, they go on YouTube trying to find a better entry, then they see another trader that's having the best week of their life, and they're like, oh, I need to change strategies, because if they're winning while I'm losing, they must be doing something I don't know about, when they really don't know that that trader's been losing all fucking year, but they just had one good week. So if you're somebody that switches strategies as soon as you lose a trade, or you start trying to look for a better entry method and all that bullshit, bro, just stop that shit, because you're never going to be profitable if you're switching strategies. And I know there's a lot of you guys out there, because I was just like that, bro. I was switching strategies like crazy. My wife would be telling me, like, why do you keep switching your strategies? You know the strategy that you're working on works. Why do you keep switching it? And it was just because I wanted it so bad that I felt like I had to just keep studying more, learning more, and working harder. And that's not what it is. Once you find a strategy that works and you can prove it with back testing and forward testing, then you stick to that no matter what, because you already proved that it works. There's going to be ups and downs in Forex. No one's ever winning 24/7. That's all cap. But that leads me to my next thing. You need to stop back testing. Once you back test a couple times, that's it. No more back testing. Now it's time to forward test. You need to start trading it live and see what happens in the live market. I guess a lot of people don't realize this, but when you go to past history, those candles and stuff are manipulated, because if you would have traded it live, you would have noticed, wait a minute, that candle didn't close like that. That wick wasn't that big. So now you're back testing on manipulated information. So I suggest you back test when you're learning a new course or something like that, right? And once you figure out the strategy, then you need to start trading live. No more back testing. You're going to trade live. You're going to journal all your trades. And then you're going to look back at your journal and say, why do I keep losing? Or what's making me win? And then that's how you develop what's your A plus setup, your B plus setup, and your C setup. But you don't do that by back testing. You do that by looking at your journal of live trades that you actually entered. So now I want to go over all the strategies that I've tried over these 10,000 hours, these 4 years of trading. I tried every strategy possible out there. And what I realized is this: there's probably less than a handful of traders that actually changed their life going for a low risk to reward. And you're probably like, what do you mean? I see results all the time on Instagram, on YouTube. Yeah, they're going to win trades, but their life is not going to change, because at the end of the month, they're only up 1%, 3% maybe. So when I tell you guys to go for a high risk to reward strategy, I'm telling you guys that because I tried the low risk to reward one and my life was never changing. I had a high win rate, so I was winning all the time, but my account wasn't growing. The money wasn't coming in until I switched to a high risk to reward strategy. Then it was over with, bro. Like, the money was ridiculous. And that's why I teach a high risk to reward strategy, because I want your guys' lives to change. I don't want to just post a whole bunch of results like, oh my God, all my students are winning every day, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I want. Yeah, that makes me look good, but no one's life is changing, right? I want your life to change. High risk to reward. Yeah, you're going to lose a little bit more than you would if you were doing a low risk to reward, but your wins are going to be 5%. You're going to be making 10% in 1 week, bro. Like, just really imagine that. Like, man, bro, your life could change. And that's why I push it so much. And that's not me sending shots at anybody that does low risk to reward. Do what you're going to do, feed your family. But I'm trying to change people's lives, and this is the way I changed my life. I know that this is the way you can change your life. High risk to reward is the way to go. Next thing, this is something I found out that I never hear nobody talking about. Somebody has to lose in order for you to win. Just only makes sense. There has to be a loser and there has to be a winner. If you're losing all the time, then you're the liquidity that they're trying to stop out before the other traders could win. So that's why we trade supply and demand. We trade supply and demand because support and resistance traders are going to get stopped out, and we're going to enter our trade once they get stopped out. Breakout traders might just got stopped out and we just entered our trade. So you got to learn how the market moves, and that's why I preach supply and demand. You want to trade with the big boys. Now some people say, oh, you're not trading with the banks. I don't know, bro. I don't know all the ins and outs of this shit. I just know when to enter a trade and when to exit a trade, and I changed my life. People always be asking me like, oh, what do you think about this news thing, and you think it's going to do this, or where do you see this price going in 2 years? Bro, I don't know, bro. I just know when to enter the trade and exit the trade. That's all I know how to do. I just know how to read the candlesticks. I don't know about all these news shit. You don't need to know all that, bro. I'm telling you right now, I'm proof that you don't need to know what all these news things means. When this person speaks, is Dow Jones gonna go up or down? That shit don't matter. You just gotta learn how to read price action and enter the trade and get out when you think you're supposed to get out. I mastered that. I don't know all this other crap that you don't even need to know. People just want to sound smart on here. I keep it real all the time. You see your setup, you take it. You do that every day, you'll make money if the strategy works. Another thing that made me successful is that you need to learn from a mentor that you can relate to. If you're from the bottom like me and you ain't never had shit and you didn't even go to high school or nothing like that, bro, like you can't be learning from someone that went to Harvard for 4 years and using all these big words. You're not going to understand them. It's not going to click with you. Using all these fucking fancy ass words just to say it's going up or it's going down. Motherfuckers be like, oh, you want to enter at the equilibrium, like, bro, just say the middle of the fucking box. Like, why are you saying all that shit? Like, bro, like, come on now. That should be getting on my nerves, trying to sound all smart and shit. Like, that's the thing about Forex. You ain't got to be all smart. You just got to know when to enter and when to get out. It's simple, bro. Once you learn how to read price action, the candles are telling you a story, and all you got to do is learn how to read it. But any strategy works. It's just like, how much money do you want to make from that strategy, right? Everyone works. You could go for a negative risk to reward. I've seen people like Don Vogt do that shit, and he's successful, right? So everything works. But I like to push what's going to work for the majority of people. That's what I push. What's going to work for the majority of people, not just a certain group of people. You're only going to take a certain amount of losses before you become profitable, right? There's a magical number in there I always talk about. If you knew that if you placed 3,000 trades that you would finally become profitable, wouldn't you hurry up and take that trade, right? Now they have to be great, high quality trades, but if you lost, you wouldn't care because you'd be like, okay, that's one number down. Once I get to 3,000, I know I'm going to be profitable, right? There is a magical number out there. You just don't know it. So hurry up. Place high quality trades. If you lose, just say, okay, that's one number knocked off. Now we're getting closer and closer to being profitable. But controlling your emotions is the key to success. I'm telling you, bro. If you can be disciplined and use a high risk to reward strategy, your life will change. I promise. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.